Hello and welcome to a spring edition of Kyle's Kitchen. My guest today is Judy Kingen, and she's going to be making bunny bread, right? So it's appropriate for Easter or spring or animal lovers everywhere,
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
All right. Well, Judy is an employee of Alliance Community Hospital, which we're going to be talking about a little bit later on, but we'll let you get started on your bread first.
Okay. This is a project that is a great family project.
Okay.
Kids can help because it's rolling ball doughs mostly. This bread can be made with frozen bread dough. If you use the frozen bread dough, you've got to remember to get it out and get it thawed before you start. The people who like to make homemade bread can go ahead and use a bread dough that makes 2 loaves of bread. Should require somewhere in the vicinity of 6 cups of flour to get the same size bunny. So it's good for those that want to make their own dough, those that want to buy.
Prefer to just buy it.
Right. You need 2 loaves of it. You take 1 loaf, mentally divide it into fourths, and cut off 1/4. Okay.
Is this a recipe that you came up with on your own, or is it something you saw in a magazine?
I saw it in a magazine, about 10 years ago, and it's just kind of like sits on the back burner until springtime. You'll slide that over here. This is the bunny's body. You want an oval somewhere in the vicinity of 7 by 6, somewhere about that. Don't put him all the way down to the bottom of your cookie sheet because he will rise, get puffier, and fall right off the edge into your oven, and then you'll have your bunny will have a really
a burnt bunny.
Yeah, burnt bottom bunny. Yep.
Okay.
So, in my kitchen, I really do keep
a ruler.
A ruler. It's just the basic ruler, and I hide it from everybody so it doesn't end up in art projects.
With glue and glitter and
right.
markers on it.
I do a lot of fancy baking, and it says roll it to a specific size, and I've got the ruler right there in my...
Because it really does make a difference on some of those recipes, doesn't it, when you're baking?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. I guess that's why I'm not a good baker. It's not very good at measuring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Take that remaining 1/4 piece and make it into a pear, and now you have Bunny's head. Okay. Now set him right on top.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 kids. They're all grown with kids of their own now. And they all bake bread.
Oh, okay.
I often made bread when they were growing up, and they all 3 make their own breads now.
Wow.
Not all the time.
No, but that's still quite a skill that's kind of lost nowadays.
Yeah. No, I found it an easy one to master. And I don't know why, but I just think bread baking is about as easy as can be. Now, this last loaf that I took, I split into fourths. I'm working with 1/4, and I'm making bunny foot. Okay, kind of pat it along there.
Okay.
Do another foot.
Now, you were recommended by our adult welding teacher, Bill Tittle, and who you have a daughter who's married to his son, is that correct?
My daughter is married to his son.
And he said that you have a lot of Amish recipes, is that right?
Yes, I do. I come from a Amish heritage.
Oh.
My grandparents were such, and so yes, I've got a lot of those recipes. I'm part of the far-flung Hostetler family there. Yeah. Now what I'm doing with 2 more 1/4s are making the ears, and this dough gets real stretchy, and you just got to kind of stop and let it relax a little bit, then you work it some more and get it out. In an ideal world, these ears would get out to 16 inches and not spring back, but it isn't going to happen. Not today. Once it's about 16, you double it.
Okay.
And you give him some ears like this. Don't make him go,
bunnies.
Right. Don't make him go straight up. He looks like a scared Bugs Bunny. Yep. Push it over a little bit more.
Over this way?
Yeah, you can push.
Oh, okay. Connect him a little bit better.
Yeah, it'll stick. He's,
okay.
Like I said, he's kind of springy.
Okay.
Yeah, that still isn't going to go.
Now, do you at all get into the cooking shows on television? Do you watch any of those?
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you have a favorite TV chef?
I like Ann Burrell. her appearance is kind of startling, but
I'm trying to think who she is.
she does a program called, oh dear, Cook Like a Restaurant Chef or something
okay.
like that. And,
Huh. I'll have to catch that show.
and like I said, she looks rather startling, but she cooks really well. She's got a lot of good information that everyday people
can use. Yeah, because
Yeah.
some of those are so intimidating. You know, you're not
Right.
going to have those ingredients readily available in Ohio, maybe, or
Right.
okay.
And she also stresses some things that I like. She stresses cleanliness. Make sure you wash your hands. Oh, you just cut with meat? Let's really scrub down the board. Let's do that.
And that probably comes into play since you're what is your title at the hospital?
I'm a dietary
Dietary?
supervisor in the morning. And yes, that's something I do every day. Make sure everybody is keeping up with the
Health codes
with the
and
health
cleanliness.
codes and stuff.
How long have you been at the hospital?
6 years, 7 years, something like that. And I did it all through college. I worked in a hospital kitchen setting during college. Now, we better talk a little bit about this. I took that last quarter of dough, cut it in half, and made 2 balls to make the arms. The other half is going to be, I need a little teeny bit to make his nose. It's just a little tiny ball.
He already looks so cute. I can't wait to see him baked up.
Okay. And this is going to be his chubby little cheeks. Now, one thing I discovered, his face tends to fall off. So, put him in place. Here's his little cheeks. Here's his little tiny nose. Reattach his ears. And what I started doing that seems to work quite well is take a greased toothpick, and it seems to pull out with less
Damage.
distortion. Yeah, yeah.
Damage to the face.
And just kind of poke him in there.
All right.
You don't want to necessarily make a big hole, but it's really, I'd rather have a little hole than have his cheeks bake over here on the side and his nose slide completely out of the picture. Okay?
Do you
Now-
need one in his nose or that
Yes,
kind
I
of?
do. Thank you. Poke one in his nose. There you go. When he rises, he's going to get puffy. If his face kind of slides again, readjust everything. But he's ready to go in the oven.
Okay.
Okay, before you put him in the oven, brush him with beaten egg yolk. Make him nice and shiny. All right, and it's all you have to do to him is just brush it. Make sure you get down along the sides and all around his nose and his cheeks.
Now, with all the you know, push for more grains, I'm sure you could make this with whole wheat bread
You
dough,
can make
right?
it with whole wheat. You can add, a slick trick is to add wheat germ or bran to a plain old white bread recipe, and you've got it
Covered your grains
covered
there
your
then.
grains there, yeah. So anyway, you've got him. You would normally paint him all over, but well, don't forget to give him a few little toes.
I can see why this would be a great family activity, other than maybe the knife part. But you know, when the kids get to roll and shape him, and
Roll
you
and
know,
shape it, right.
okay.
After Bunny is baked, you set him aside to rise. Put him in a nice warm spot. Let him get
How
doubled.
long?
Takes about 45 minutes.
Okay.
If your bread dough is still really, really cold, it could take up to an hour. Then you put him in a 350 oven for about 25 minutes and take him out. When he's done, you can complete the rest of the face. Give him slivered almonds. Whoa, I just broke his other tooth.
Well, I'm
because
sure
the bunny
some bunnies
does.
have some, bad teeth.
Yeah. Put this on and a couple eyes. Now, that's on a baked bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Use corn syrup, like a little bit of glue to hold him on.
Oh, okay.
If you put him on now, his teeth turn nice golden brown and they slide all over the place. His eyes slide too. So no matter how hard I push them in, they didn't stay, so I put
So
them
you
on
learned to put
afterwards.
them on with a little bit of syrup
Yeah,
afterwards?
it acts
Okay.
like a glue. Not a whole bunch. You don't want to,
Okay.
syrup tears, but but there's the bunny.
All right.
I've got a completed one in the refrigerator.
All right, we will take that one over to our test kitchen and we'll
Okay.
try it, okay? All
Sounds
right.
good to me.
And now our test kitchen testers and the bunny and Judy and myself are all in the kitchen, and you see the bunny here and the finished product, and then you've decorated it, Judy, with all kinds of fresh vegetables and cut open his little tummy and put in some dip. So what we're going to do is let the kids, and you said we can just tear them apart.
Oh yeah. Tear
But
'em apart.
gently, gently, guys. Okay, we have Tyler, Ryan, and Zaina
Watch
today.
out for the toothpick.
Yeah, here. And you can take some dip and vegetables if you like. So Judy, what's the best part of your job? What do you like most about working at Alliance Community Hospital?
I like working with the people. There's people that are patients, those that I work with, those that are out in the cafeteria that stop by for assorted various reasons. It's a good part. It's a good job, good place to work too.
Uh-huh. And you're constantly around food, so you must enjoy
I do-
cooking,
yes,
obviously.
Yes, and the kitchen is full of really good cooks. I mean, really good cooks.
competitive good cooks.
Yes, they are. They're very good.
I'll bet you guys share a lot of recipes.
Yes, there's
just
a lot
because
of
you have an
recipe
interest.
swapping, or,
Yeah.
hey, look what I found in this magazine, or you've got to see this store because they've got just what we've been looking for. So, oh yeah, there's a lot of that goes on.
And today you shared this bread recipe with us, or this fun bunny bread recipe. But is that what you like to do most, is bake, or do you like all kinds of cooking?
I like bread's best, cookies next. But I've always baked a variety of breads and done assorted, unique things with them. You know, you can make bread baskets out of bread
Uh-huh.
to serve, for holidays and different
So
rolls.
creating with
Oh,
bread.
Yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
All right. Well, so you guys have tried it, and how do you like it? Is this something you think would be fun to do in your own homes, guys?
Yeah.
It
It was so cute.
It was
It was
cute.
by far the cutest thing I've ever eaten.
Cutest thing you've ever eaten. Okay, well, that's a good description. All right, well, Judy, thank you so much for
Okay,
being
well,
with
thank you
us
for inviting
today
me.
and sharing this great recipe that people could try with their family and friends for Easter or spring. And we thank you for joining us on Kyle's Kitchen. And you can find this recipe and all our other recipes on our website. And if you'd like to be a guest, or if you have a suggestion for Kyle's Kitchen, be sure to give us a call here at Alliance High School, and the number is 330-829-2245. Our extension is 2253.